My first guest is a free speech attorney and author of The Authoritarians, Their Assault on Individual Liberty, the Constitution, and Free Enterprise from the 19th century to the present. And he is a candidate for senator out of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Jonathan Emord, welcome back to the program. So you just took a trip to the border, didn't you?
I did.
And what did you see?
Oh my goodness, it's horrible. I mean, you see absolutely no border protection. All the Border Patrol people just about have been reassigned to processing people. And you see, really, they're relatively defenseless. You see the effects of cancellation of the border wall, where actually, as in one instance, I saw that two people who did not pay the full freight to the cartels and then bolted through the gap in the border were shot on American territory by the cartels, one killed, one injured. And on the other side, as the Mexican authorities came by to look into the situation, they found 8 additional people who had been killed, apparently for not paying. And they found a system operating there where they used acid to throw people into acid vats and boil them into just bones when they failed to pay the full freight. This is barbaric on every level. It's barbaric for the immigrants, and it's also barbaric for us. We're suffering a massive loss of life, liberty, and property as a result of all these gangs and terrorists and MS-13 gangs and terrorists and all sorts of horrible people coming into this country. We have no protection whatsoever. We're defenseless.
Well, you sent me a video. You were at a section of border wall, and you spoke to one of the migrants about why they were coming here through an interpreter. Let's play that.
Yes. So you're from Ecuador?
Ecuador.
Yeah, Ecuador. And why do you want to come to the United States?
¿Por qué quieres venir a los Estados Unidos? Venimos huyendo de la violencia que tiene nuestro país, de las mujeres que violan, a los niños les secuestran, los matan. La crisis en Ecuador demasiado, no tiene control el Estado. Huimos de la muerte.
Yeah, so you're seeking asylum.
¿Estás pidiendo asilo político?
Sí, somos personas de bien, queremos trabajar. Why didn't you seek asylum through the United States Embassy in your own country?
¿Por qué no preguntaste por asilo político en la embajada en Ecuador? Porque el trámite burocrático no nos da oportunidad.
You know, we can't play the whole thing, so it would eat up your time here, but you asked her quite simply, why didn't you file your asylum claim in the embassy in your home country? These people don't seem to have answers. It's almost like they're programmed to say when they get here, they're fleeing poverty and violence, so they're seeking asylum.
Well, they are, and the NGOs that are financed by the Biden administration are helping them get that message. In fact, on the other side, you get the processing going on, and they give them money. They give them $3,000 a family. They give them, they sign them up for Medicare and for welfare and for food stamps. And they give them bus transportation off to the NGOs at the airports, at the bus terminals, and at the train stations. And so the NGOs are paying for their flights and their train rides and their bus rides into the interior of the United States. And those NGOs are being financed by grants from the federal government. This is a total sham on the American people. It is a gross abuse, and we're suffering for it and will for decades.
You know, I walk past homeless people every day here in New York City only to see the migrants being cared for. On a constitutional level, the Biden administration is either suing or outright removing barriers put in place by the state of Texas and other border states, but at the same time is refusing to uphold Article 4, Section 4. The states gave up their power to deal with migration and naturalization in 1808, placing that authority solely in the hands of the federal government. But Article 4, Section 4 guarantees every state in the union a Republican form of government and protection from invasion. Biden is in violation of that.
He is, and he's in violation of Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, which gives the states the inherent power to protect themselves from invasion. In fact, James Madison invoked that section to push smugglers out of Virginia and into the ocean. There's an inherent power of the states to protect themselves from invasion, and that is a power that is independent of the federal power. That is, in fact, it's even a war power the states possess. So they can certainly arrest, detain, and eject any foreign national that comes in who's illegal.
I would ask the question why, but it would be purely rhetorical. We know what the Democrats are doing. They are overwhelming the system. It could be called Cloward Piven, perhaps, but they are making it so that they will have 10, 12, 15 million new voters in the near future. And they know Republicans, many, not yourself, will say, well, oh my God, what are we going to do? They've been here. Their kids are in schools. They've put down roots. We can't remove them now. The Democrats know exactly how to play this. And unfortunately, too many Republicans are too weak to say, you know what? We are going to remove everyone that came into this country illegally. I got 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's a travesty, and it has to be fixed by ensuring that the rule of law is followed. They're violating with impunity the immigration laws. We need to enforce them. But we also need to make sure that no one can seek asylum by stepping into the United States illegally. We need to make that an absolute prohibition against citizenship. They must go to the embassies of origin in their countries of origin. They must go to adjacent embassies, but not in the United States. That's something I will change in the law.